This is Corolla Digital.
Hey guys, it's Skip.
And Allison Bedell.
We're really happy to be part of Corolla Digital and to bring you our first podcast. The first bunch of episodes were recorded earlier in the year as we thought we'd be launching them back then. So you may hear some things talked about that seem untimely with what's going on right now.
Also, in the first dozen episodes, we recorded some segments where we talk about other things that we thought fans would love to hear, but it made the podcast way too long.
So you may notice that on occasion something seems like it's missing, and that's because we cut some of it out of the podcast.
But in the meanwhile, we'll be taking listener questions from Facebook and Twitter and add things as we figure out what works and what you want to hear.
Until then, sit back and enjoy Hammer and Nails.
Welcome to Hammer and Nails with Skip and Allison Bedell.
Hey.
Hey!
How we doing?
Good. Thanks for stopping by.
And we're back.
We are so back.
Good day.
Yeah. And Mr. Joseph Cumio over there on the mixing board doing his thing.
Making us sound better than we always do.
Well, at least than we usually do.
Skip's fuck up.
Most of the time.
Sounding better than we usually do.
Yeah. Way better.
So I want to talk about what we did last night. We had a fun night.
Yeah, Joe, you are
Mr.
well
Goody.
aware of the new place down in Port Jeff, Arden.
Yep.
And the old Port Jazz.
Sure.
We went down there last night. We had a good old time. First time I've been there since they had revamped it. Last time I was there was Port Jazz, and what a totally different place.
It's completely different.
It's
they
beautiful.
They put a lot into that place.
Yeah.
If you guys are in the Long Island area visiting Port Jefferson, make sure you step in and check out the Arden.
Yeah.
Some great entertainment. Really cool venue to see a band, too. We saw a great band last night.
I
Stop
like the
rocking.
self-tapping beers, the self-tap.
Oh, at the tables, yeah.
I saw that.
That's-
Yeah.
it's very cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the band. Who was the band?
New Life Crisis.
New Life Crisis, our favorite band
Pal Paul
outside of
Our
2U.
friend Paul Mahas. And the
They
rest.
were so good last night. It
They
was
were awesome. Those guys
but
were
last
great.
night was like I think the best show that we've heard them do. You know, like it was outrageous. I don't know if they just had a great night, and the sound in that place was awesome. And
sound
everybody
is
had
great.
A great
Yeah,
time.
it is.
I was pretty impressed with the sound, and you really don't see a lot of gear, so they've kind of built it into the walls, and the subs are built into the stage, so it's not like a lot of visible PA. But I got to tell you, we were sitting in a booth directly across the dance floor from the stage, and the entire booth was like vibrating
But not in a
with a
bad
kick drum.
way.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That's the VIP booth. Carol and I actually had that booth last time we were at the Yard, and we stopped up there, I don't know, a couple of months ago. And, the sound is awesome in that place.
Yeah.
They really did a great job.
Yeah.
That is, the guy is known as a Bitch-Ass Mike, BM. Mikey Bitch-Ass. That's
Bitch ass
his name.
Mike.
He's the sound guy, and he used to be way too loud.
Oh.
But they put a muzzle on him, and now the sound is just crystal clear. It really is real. It's a great band.
The last guy was Too Loud Larry.
Too Loud Larry.
Bitch-ass Mike.
Bitch-ass Mike.
They had a really good set last night. They don't take a break, they just go from one song to the next, and his sound was just incredible. He's got such range. He's
That's true. Every time we see them, we always say, like, when are they going to, like, they play like a 3-hour set.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Unbelievable.
holy
They don't
God.
break.
yeah.
They do mashups too, which is great. They go like from one song right into the next, into the next.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they keep
Yeah.
that consistent tempo
Yeah, you
and
never
keep
stop
the
dancing.
dance floor
Yeah.
packed with the first song, and it never cleared until
Yeah.
they were done
You
for
know,
like 3 hours.
That's how they do it.
I experienced something last night that I was going to talk about in an earlier pod, and I was like, too much time has passed, so I was kind of like over it at that point. But
Yeah.
then it happened to me again last night, and it's fresh.
Ooh, tell me.
It's fresh again. It's not a what the fuck, but it is kind of a little bit. With people who are obsessed with telling me that I should be dancing. And they won't stop. It's like, come on, dance. Why aren't you dancing?
All right,
Why
so
aren't you dancing?
Let me. I'll paint
Why
the
aren't
picture
you
for
dancing?
you. So here is the packed dance floor we were just talking about, and there's booths along the side of the dance floor, and we are the only two people sitting in the entire place.
Not in the
So
entire place, but we had just eaten a big meal.
We just ate. And,
I had a
and the
big
band,
steak.
The band started as we were kind of still finishing our meal, right?
Yeah.
So we kind of just wanted to hang out for a little while, let a glass of wine settle in, and then maybe get up and party, which we did. But it wasn't fast enough for everybody else. So they were like, "Come on, man!
Why aren't you dancing?" And then people come up to me, "Come on!" Like because they know
what's wrong with you?
Yeah, and even Skip had said, "You want to dance?" I'm like, "Nah," because I just ate like a huge piece of steak, and I was like, "I'm still feeling really full." I just wasn't feeling it, but I had a perfect view of the band. I was enjoying the sound. I was having a great time, just like the last time we went to go see them at that other restaurant, Restigio's. And then I'm having a good fucking time, And then people.
I was having a good time until you started breaking my balls.
Because that's the point it gets to, breaking my balls. Like, come on, why aren't you dancing? Come on. And I'm like, I'm good.
I got this athlete's foot, and I'm really gassy.
I got a yeast infection, and every time I move.
Oh my God! You really want to know? I have this bleeding hemorrhoid.
Oh God! And it really hurts when I move my legs around.
Here, look, take a look at the seat. See?
Oh God! It's like that's the kind of detail you got to get into, and then
everybody was being
relentless.
cool, though. They just, they wanted you to join the fun.
No, but you know what it is?
We were there with friends, and everybody wanted you to kind of join in.
I don't even want to hear that. I don't want to hear that because they're fucking relentless. It's like their focus that it's important to them that I get up and show my fun having by dancing. And it's like now, not only am I not having fun because you're annoying the fuck out of me, but I'm actually getting annoyed now. Like, I want to leave the space. I want to go somewhere else on the other side of the room. I did that at the last fucking restaurant because I actually got literally to the point I can't take it anymore. Yeah. I can't take it one more time. Fucking asking me to get up and dance.
Last night wasn't so bad, but the time before that, people could not let you sit down.
I know, and it really it developed into this huge fucking thing.
I know you all too well, and I know even what you're thinking, and I could just hear I could see the smoke.
Well, because what it takes for me not to say to them, "All right, already, shut the fuck up." You know what I mean? Like I know they're just trying to be nice, but it's annoying. Don't do it to me. I do what I want to do, and if I want to dance, I will dance.
So the moral of the story
I'm not
is,
shy.
even if you see someone sitting down, they could still be having a good time.
Exactly. Leave me the fuck alone.
Well, for me, it's a novelty. It's a novelty to dance. If you get me up to dance, I'm either getting married or getting divorced. So those are the only two circumstances I will get up and dance without a guitar strapped to me. And I get that constantly, everywhere. I mean, because I'm a musician, people figure, he must know how to move. He's got rhythm. He's got to go, no.
Yeah, you've got to be the life of the party,
I look
right?
like a retarded white kid on the, I'm just bad. I can't dance. Leave me alone. Don't drag me up. Then it looks, then you're all uncomfortable. You got one arm outstretched. You're being pulled from your seat. It's like,
and you got to go over there with them.
I empathize.
Yeah.
I can't.
We also had another really interesting experience that Skip made me aware of at this place. At some point, we were sitting together there, and he went to go say hi to one of Paul's friends. He ran to the other side of the bar.
Oh, I know what you're
I wasn't with him. I stayed where I was comfortably in my seat, and at some point, he comes back. How did you phrase it?
Well, it was pretty much like I felt like a piece of meat, man. I was like, I thought I understand, ladies, if you walk past a construction site, what happens, especially if you're a halfway decent looking chick, because from the time I left my seat until where I got the other side of this place, which is like on the opposite side of the club, pretty good walk.
Yeah.
And it was crowded in there, so I'm kind of bouncing off people like a pinball. I got eyed up and down from like like when somebody walks up to you and they kind of stop and they're standing in your path and you start at the feet, look up to like your face, back down and like kind of stop in the middle. Right, and I almost like wanted to cover up my crotch.
So you noticed them noticing you, Like,
it was like they made it so obvious, like whoa, like one of those.
Did you feel better when it was a girl doing that?
No, it was nice, real nice. Yes, the answer is yes. It always feels better when it's a girl doing that, Joe. Yeah, and it does occasionally happen the other way around as well.
You don't have to tell me, man.
But he's so cool with that too. He's very because the boys love him.
Understood. At one point in time, believe it or not, this old man was the favorite of every gay man out in Fire Island. And I was out there with my girl. I used to go out there on a boat with my stepdad and my mom.
Right.
And we would stop in at this place that was a gay place that had
on Fire Island?
Go on.
Come on.
But
they still have those?
They used to have this Miss Fire Island contest.
Oh,
It was hysterical.
Starts at the Pines. Did you go to the Pines or you go to Cherry Grove?
Cherry Grove.
Yeah.
And it was fun. We used to go out there to hang. I was like, I'm straight as a pin my whole life. But no one else knows that. So I went in to get a drink, and forget you can feel your ass burning.
Oh yeah,
Your ass
man.
is burning.
Oh my God.
Especially without lube.
Oh,
And you know what? And you're right. There is a certain not appeal, but almost flattering. It's almost flattering.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know?
it's definitely flattering. Don't get me wrong. I think everybody likes to feel appreciated and that they're attractive to the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever it may be.
But somebody-
It feels
Very-
good to get compliments. But
Right.
what happened with this particular story is that this happened a couple of times, a few different girls, and I started to notice, like, wow, there must be a lot of single girls in here because it was almost like they were on the prowl, man.
Who he referred to as cougars when he told me the story.
Yeah, so then I come on come on, that didn't sound right. I come upon, I come up on. All right, then I walk into these two girls that are together, and two really good-looking girls. I mean, dressed sexy, but they were on a mission. These
And that's
girls,
the part he left out.
yeah, no, I told you they were two really attractive girls. Like, now listen, you go out sometime, you'll see a pack of girls that kind of get together like hyenas, and there's not a good-looking one in the bunch, and you know they're out there like they're just manhunting, and anything they could get to take home that night. But no, not these two. These two were really good-looking chicks. And they did the same thing. And then they kind of leaned over and whispered into each other's ears and looked back at me and gave me a little smile. And I was like, oh, what did they just say to each other, And if I had to guess, they were like, oh, we need to take him home tonight. This is going to be fun. And I just felt it, man. I felt the eyes, and the whole thing, and I was like, wow. I almost felt like violated. I was like, oh my God.
He's holding on to his package.
I didn't even need to go home with them. It already happened, So I got over to the table now to finally get to the guy that I wanted to go say hello to, and I get a tap on the shoulder. I turn around, and here's this other chick with a table right behind the guy I was talking to with a whole bunch of girls. And they were like, these girls are going crazy over you. I'm like, but they noticed your ring on your finger. And I'm like, yeah, I'm married. And then she goes, well, is that working out for you? It's just like that. Now, I was going to save this for my what the fuck moment of the day, but we're into the story.
We could throw a what the fuck. In
Yeah, all right. So let's segue into what the fuck just a bit early. I turned around to her and I was like, "Yeah, I'm actually it's working out really well." she's standing right over there. See that? Yeah, there she is, right there. Hi, honey. And I'm like, "Wow."
Now, at that point, you should have picked out the most disgusting, fat, gross, just nasty, ugly, homely, shit-filled, just
Guy.
guy.
And said, "There's my wife."
There's my husband. I mean,
That would have been awesome. So basically, it was catch a contractor, and you're the contractor that they were trying to catch.
It was a total meat market, and it was a classy place, and it was a classy crowd. It wasn't like a low rent crowd.
No, that's a very classy
all good looking people, good looking chicks, and they weren't being like vulgar about it or anything, but like right out there. And it was almost like to the point like. When you see somebody has a ring on, and you see somebody sitting with their wife, right? And we've been there all night by this point. We've been there a couple hours. We had dinner, we had a few drinks. So it's not like probably everybody in the whole place had probably seen us at one point or another, right? So I'm there with my wife. And then she's like, well, is it working out? And I'm like, wow, man, you are really bold right now,
Mm-hmm.
That's almost to the point to being disrespectful,
Yeah.
Well, she's, probably leaving a puddle where she was sitting. That happens.
No, but people are disrespectful with the ring. I had the same exact thing earlier in the day when I was shopping in Marshalls. Well, he was at the gym, and I'm pushing the cart, and some guy comes up in front of me. What's your story? I'm like, what are you talking
What's your
about?
story?
It's like, well, what's your story? What's your name? And you married, you single, married, you single. So I held up my hand, with my ring on it. Meanwhile, I got my hands on the cart, so you can see the ring already without me showing it to you. And if you're curious about me being married or single, I know you're looking right there,
Right.
But so now at this point, I go I'm married, and then he goes, oh, you're single, what?
See, there's a reverse psychology to a guy wearing a wedding ring, though. There's a big reverse psychology to it, and it almost makes, because the guy is not available and is unobtainable because he's wearing a ring on his left ring finger, it almost makes the women more determined to try to land that guy. See, it really is. It's like
Harder
they
to
don't,
get?
They don't always exactly. Women don't always, especially like in a bar situation
Right.
where it's like people have a few drinks in them that getting a little loose. It almost makes it like that reverse psychology thing going on. Completely opposite for a woman. Any self-respecting guy that looks at a woman's finger and sees a ring on it should shut the fuck up and walk away.
That was going to be my next point. Guys, listen, guys, we all know guys can be pigs, and guys, they don't give a shit, and they will come right up to women and say whatever, as the dude did that came up to you.
Mm-hmm.
But women, you would expect to maybe be, kind of receptive to that because it's probably happened to them a few times, and maybe and be the opposite. Women, I think, are worse.
Yeah.
Women
Yeah.
they like once they get their mind set on something, man, they don't care.
And
they
they're
go
also taking
right
a
for it.
chance that a guy is going to be what they're stereotypically shown as
Right.
is to be cheaters, and that they really might have a chance, even though you're wearing a ring.
Well, yeah. She's like, is it working out for you?
Yeah.
I was like hoping that I would say, well, actually, no, things aren't going too well. What are you doing tonight?
There you go. See, I mean, but you know how many times that probably happens, like on a daily basis,
Right.
across these great United States of ours. How many times
Right.
is a married guy getting laid because a woman came on to him? And that therein lies the reason they call these women cougars.
Yeah. Right.
They get the taste of blood, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
They
yeah.
just-
Yeah.
they need
These
the meat.
girls were all working, man. They
After-
were there with a purpose. I got to tell you
After
that.
blood comes the meat. Is
Yeah.
what happens. That's exactly what they were looking
No
for.
pun intended.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was home with the kids last night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was. I was
All
home
right.
with the kids and Carol, and doing my thing.
So nobody was after your meat last night?
No, my meat is reserved for when I have a guitar strapped on.
I got it. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you must get a lot more
Drop
pussy
my
like that,
guitar
right?
and Get it. Anyway, well, it used to be ridiculous, but
Right.
at this point, it's like I don't know. It almost you almost elude the fact, or you kind of ooze non-availability.
Right.
At a certain point, you become not available anymore, and it's almost like at glance, a woman can see, oh, he's definitely with a woman. He's with a girl with kids, and because I'm all business. I mean,
Right.
when it comes to going out and playing guitar on stage, I do what I have to do. But when I'm not Paul. I'm not Paul Mahas.
Right.
Paul Mahas is, a performer, frontman.
From New Life
I'm a guitar
Crisis.
player, and I'm a guitar player and the businessman.
Yeah.
So, you have...
Well, I don't think it's no secret that rock and roll guys, musicians,
Yeah.
especially lead guitarists and
Yeah.
frontmen singers,
Yeah,
have no problem getting laid.
No, it's like, and all the women, like, they're always, like, standing right up to him, like,
I ever
right
just-
up in front of him.
You think the
decided-
lead singer, the lead guitarist get laid more than the drummer?
Oh, yeah.
It should be,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I
Is it
think
kind of like a stage positioning to ass ratio?
Yeah.
The more closer you are to the front of the stage, the more ass you get.
the more ass you get. Yeah. Yep. And then you got the roadies who have that...
They're all the way backstage.
they're all the way in the
They're
back
getting
of
your
the-
sloppy
yeah,
seconds.
Exactly. Well, yeah, they do a drug called no-acetol. No-acetol.
I like
Getting
that.
high on no-acetol.
That's funny. That's like
yeah.
Mafunzalo.
Yes.
Funny, Mafunzalo and Noacetol go together really well. Usually, if you have a case of one, you usually have another. You have the other one.
And to come full circle, Paul Mahas is going to be filling in as my Bono for several 2U shows.
That's awesome. He's so fucking good at that.
Oh,
He's a great
Oh, he
Bono.
did last night.
Unbelievable. He's done gigs with us.
Yeah.
He was my Bono for quite some time.
He's such a
wow,
great
he
performer,
was.
man. What a great front man. He's like so in what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's all
he loves
100%
it.
in rock star
Versatile.
mode.
And he's
The
so good.
versatility is crazy. He'll go
Yeah.
from doing Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah,
to-
and sounding like it.
to doing
Crazy.
Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's awesome.
we have lots of people should look on our Facebook because they're our friends. You're our friend, and like you're on our Facebook, and Paul's on our Facebook. So if they're wondering who the hell we're talking about, they can go just check it out who they are.
Yeah, Paul Mahas,
yeah, and
New
it's-
Life Crisis, and
Yeah.
it's a great band. And we
Yeah,
had,
and
we had a great
Joe.
time last night, right?
Joe's also his band.
Your band
is also on our Facebook.
Let's talk about your band. Your band is amazing.
Well,
to you.
the thing's been we've been in business for like 15 years, and that's the way I handle it. I run it like a business, so it's been progressively more successful as time goes on. And it's a U2 tribute band. We play the likes of Epcot at Disney every year. We've been all over the world with it. It's been a blessing. It really has.
You guys are amazing.
Yeah.
I've seen your show a number of times. And it's like
Yeah, we went to
really-
that fucking venue in Huntington and stood for like 4 hours.
That's a
Standing
great,
room
yeah.
only to
You
watch
should
that
have
show. Oh
texted
my
me.
God.
Oh, that's right. I didn't know you.
That was right after I stole your trailer. Only a few weeks later.
Yep.
We were newly acquainted, but
Yeah.
kind of in a weird place.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would have absolutely gotten you guys in and back, and well, it's totally different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I had to wear stupid fucking shoes too because in that standing room only, the tallest guy wins. You know
Right,
what I
right.
mean? So it's like my feet were fucking killing me.
That was with B Street, right? We played with the B Street band, the Bruce Springsteen.
Yes,
show.
yeah.
They opened for us.
Yeah, that was a great show.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was a good one. But yeah, we're all over the place. NotU2.com is the website. NOT, the letter U, the number 2.
Yeah, you guys want to
Cool.
listen to some really
Yeah.
great music? Check out Joe's band and also New Life Crisis.
Yeah, I don't have a band.
Yeah.
You can come to karaoke.
you're
night
the
Well, you
next
should.
Sunday.
You're the
Come on, let's dance right
You're the
now. Get
lead
up.
singer in my
I
band,
love.
baby.
I love to sing.
You're
We
my
both-
backup bitch. Oh, come
You're
on.
my backup bitch.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
damn,
Yeah.
girl.
It's Skip
We love
Bedell,
to sing.
Skip Bedell and the Allisons.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
So-
did we kind of already blew our what the
Yeah.
fuck wad.
Yeah. Okay.
What the fuck?
Well,
Let's talk about some.
Let's talk about catch a contract.
What the fuck, wad?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh,
love
I
that.
didn't even realize they just did that.
That was
That
a
is-
good.
that-
Oh, what the fuck wad. Yeah.
Let's transition to me. I made
let's talk about
Let's
you.
talk about me. I made my own jewelry, and
That's
I
true.
make
For
my
those of
own
you who
jewelry.
don't know, Allison is multi-talented, and she makes some really beautiful jewelry. Which, by the way, I've been telling you for the longest time. Now that you're a celebrity, you need to
Air quotes.
A line.
Yeah, you need to
line of
put
jewelry.
together a sample line and get it out there on the internet because I'm sure plenty of people would love to have your stuff. It's
I don't
beautiful.
know. I mean, if people saw it and expressed interest, I don't know. I might think about that. But I mean, I really just did it for me. It's kind of like therapeutic, making
Right.
something and having something unique. But all those episodes, I think I had something on that I made. My bracelets. I have unique bracelets and
Yeah.
really cool stones and everything that I make it with. And I try to make my jewelry match my outfit every episode. So if you haven't noticed it,
Be on the lookout, folks.
hit rewind.
Coming soon.
I also-
Allison's unique
Yeah.
designs.
And what I also noticed is I had, oh my God, I hated my hair in that episode. It was really bad. Did you notice that? It was like,
Funny, no, I didn't
needed,
notice
I
that
needed
because
a
you
haircut.
always look good. This
it
is
was
you
bad.
being, yeah.
How could your hair be bad?
because it was like,
Yeah,
I don't know,
great
it was
hair.
like kind of like, I don't know, it was like stringy, like it was, I needed a
She
cut.
does this all the
and
time,
then
Joe.
like in the episode, like when I'm talking to you guys, it was like kind of thin looking. And then when they would cut to me, like talking to the
You
producer,
can't
it was
take
too
a
thick
bad
looking.
picture. You don't have a bad hair day. You just, you're. Last night she's taking a couple selfies of us at the restaurant or whatever, and the waitress walks up and she's like, "Oh, look at this! This is the
worst set of selfies I've ever taken
She
in
goes,
my
"This
life."
is the ugliest selfie I've ever taken." And I'm like, "Really? Really? Like you just sounded so like terribly insecure. Like
No,
you
they
couldn't
were
take an
all
ugly
ugly.
picture
Like,
if you tried."
I had like everything looked like I had like a huge schnoz. It was not flattering
Oh my
at all.
God.
I was very upset about that. And then also something funny in that episode.
What'd you say?
Was-
my big Italian schnoz.
Yeah.
Good night, Mrs. Calabash.
Yeah.
Wherever you are.
W.C. Fields.
Oh, yes, my chickadee. Check out my line of jewelry.
Yeah, see?
There was a what the fuck that we were going to talk about yesterday at the end of the podcast that you had brought up. That we would, or I asked you to talk about, but I want to save it for the next one. Even I want to
this
save
is the
because
one
that's
that
a
you
good
said
story.
It was a teaser, Joe, right?
Yes,
So
that was
we're
a
gonna save
teaser.
it
But
for-
since we already had,
we
like,
ran out
kinda,
of time, right? Okay.
Yeah. But since we already had a couple,
Do we have enough time for the story today? How are we looking here?
I know. I just feel like I don't want to waste it because we already had two what the fucks already.
Yeah, you want to save it for another one?
Yeah.
We're gonna make another teaser.
We're gonna make another teaser because that's a good story. And
Teaser part 2.
yeah, the
deux.
teaser part. Deux. Yeah.
Deux.
Deux. What the fuck?
No, she's not going to start talking about doo-doo again, is she?
Oh my god! Yeah, I think we have
Well-
two full podcasts that Alicia's all about poop. It's the poop pod, right? That was the last one.
So-
Poop pod.
Pod.
It's
Oh
okay.
my gosh.
It's okay. I was looking at the HuffPost. I get the Huffington Post.
Oh yeah, let's talk about what's going on in the news.
There's some weird stories. There's one. This old lady gets to bed. She's looking for her cats under her bed. She reaches under the bed and she feels skin. There's some fucking dude who was robbing her house, hiding under her bed. Could you imagine?
Holy crap!
Could you fucking imagine? Like, that person isn't leaving my house alive.
Wow. Well, imagine like you reach under your bed and you feel like a person. You know, like tell me that's not gonna like freak you the fuck
Totally.
out.
I know. I was just like, because I'm always afraid someone's gonna grab my foot or something. You know what I mean? I always had that fear. Or when you let your foot hang out the edge of the bed without the blanket, you know, like something's gonna grab your foot.
When I was a kid, I used to jump from like 3 feet away from my bed into my bed.
Oh!
For that exact reason.
Oh, you always thought there was some.
That hand was going to come out.
Yeah.
You know what it was? It was that Carrie hand, the end of Carrie. The movie
God.
Carrie.
Oh,
the
yeah.
end, the hand coming up out of the bloody hand.
Yeah.
Wow!
Oh God.
And that was always what made me jump from literally 3 feet away from my bed. Yeah.
That's funny, man. Yeah, as kids, we always have like little things like that, right?
Yeah.
The boogeyman's under the bed, or
Oh, speaking of boogeyman, listen to this shit. There was a man.
You need a tissue, or
No. Boogie. Anyway, a man was cleared of sex charges even after he admitted to ejaculating into a female
Whoa.
coworker's coffee cup. This chick goes to her desk.
Cream with the coffee.
She goes to her desk and she sees the other coworker with a deer in the headlights look. She looked down at her coffee cup and saw a puddle of fluid on her desk. That's when I put it together. That's what I had been tasting over previous occasions.
And maybe he's got a thing for coffee.
oh, it's coffee fetish.
That's what I had been
Coffee fetish.
tasting. So you get two things out of this. First is that she's given head. The second is that this man is disgusting.
Wow.
No, but they didn't have a law in place that included that to be part of a sex crime, doing
Right.
something like that. So he got off.
Oh yeah, he got off all right. So wait a
Yeah.
second, I missed something there. You said
Yeah.
that she's given head. So he was
The
doing.
fact that she knew what that she said that she had. Now I realize what that taste was.
Yeah, but
how else would you
she
know
didn't-
what that taste was unless you've tasted it before?
Well, maybe she thought the cup was being washed in Clorox.
Well, I don't know.
Oh boy.
I guess that depends on what yours might taste. I guess now we know what yours tastes like.
Well, at least you can't say he's not clean.
That reminds me of a sponsor called Sweet Release. Did you guys ever hear that?
No.
This was a big sponsor on the O&A show. My brother Anthony, Opie and Anthony. There was a sponsor years ago that was supposed to actually flavor your semen.
Oh, I
Get
think
the
I've
hell-
heard
are
something
you
about that.
serious?
Yeah.
If you drank it in some kind of it was supposed to flavor your semen. And as far as the taste goes, I have no clue what it might taste like. All I know is that overall, the odor of semen has like very much been described as chlorine-like, having a chlorine overtone.
Right.
You know,
it's
unless,
been
of course-
it's been described to you.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
my God.
You know.
Not that I would have any idea what it smells or tastes like.
No.
Right, of course not.
I'm secure in my manhood, but not that secure.
That's a little too secure for me.
Listen to this shit. A Minnesota dude who gave his neighbors some knives for Christmas has been charged with burglary after he allegedly stole the knives back. He broke into the neighbor's home to take back the knives because the neighbor did not appreciate it.
Oh,
Yeah.
ungrateful
Ungrateful
bastard.
son of a bitch. The neighbor, he started when he went to the neighbor's front door and complained that she was not using the knives in the way they had agreed for her to use them, and he wanted them back. The neighbor said she'd get the knives but closed the door. The guy allegedly put his foot in the door and pushed his way into the house. He then shoved the woman aside and swept the knife set and left, and she calls 911. What is wrong with people?
I don't know.
People are stupid.
No one can figure that out.
So it's just like he's an Indian giver. We call him. What?
Well, I think that's not politically correct.
Well, I'm sure it's not. I'm
it's
sure all
not-
the Indians out right now are like, "Hey, man."
Now,
Yeah, no.
Native American giver.
Okay, he's a Native American giver.
I don't even know that that's a nice thing to say.
How did that term even come up? I'm sure there's a whole story behind that somewhere.
know.
Right?
Actually, Native American isn't even correct these days. And my girlfriend knows this. Carol knows this because she's big with Arizona, Midwest, Southwest, Midwest, and she's very big on. She actually wanted to go teach on a reservation in Arizona some years back, and she was saying that the proper terminology are original Americans.
Really?
Original Americans.
Wow.
That's what they want to be referred to as.
Not Native Americans.
No, and I've been saying Redskins for years.
Oh.
I'm sorry. That's, that was politically correct back in the 60s.
Well, I mean, why? Oh, well, I'm not even going to go there.
Native American giver. Okay.
A Native American, an original.
What is the origination of
American giver.
that?
Right. I'd say, yeah. So you look up the orientation. I will tell you a quick joke that I heard about. Real
Origination.
Quickly. Origination.
Where did it originate?
Right.
Not orient.
Okay. Thanks for correcting me, Mom. She always does that, right? It's like a mom thing to do.
You said
right?
the wrong word. What am I supposed to do? Just sit back and let it be?
You two are adorable.
So
I know, but we're really in love, and that's what I was saying to him on the way here. I
So
said,
the Indian chief and his 3 sons are sitting around the fire, and there's 2 older sons and there's 1 really young son, and he's telling the story of how they came to be. So the young son says to the Indian father, well, how did we get our names? And he said, well, your one older brother reminded me of when I saw a bear running in the woods many, many moons ago, and I called him Running Bear. He says, oh, well, what about my other older brother? He's much, much older than me. He's like, yes, it reminded me once when I saw a wolf running through the fields, Running Wolf. And he goes, well, how did I get my name, father? And he said, well, Broken Rubber. There's a reason why he was so much younger than the other. Bump.
Oh, I got a good one. This woman wanted her husband to go to therapy because every day he kept wrapping himself in saran wrap and walking around the house like that. So she's like, honey, you need to go see somebody about this, go to talk to somebody. So she makes an appointment. He goes to the psychiatrist. He sits down on the couch, and the doctor says to him, clearly I could see your nuts.
All right, my turn. My turn, and I have to tell this joke. That's very good.
Oh, that's fucked.
I have to tell this joke as Gilbert Gottfried.
Okay.
Oh, God.
How many Polish jokes are there?
Oh, that's good.
Only one. The rest are true stories.
That's a good one. I like that.
Thank you very much.
Wow, that's really good.
That's a good Gilbert.
I'm so
man.
impressed.
That is
Holy
a good Gilbert.
shit.
I love Gilbert.
So I think the last time we were on Adam's podcast, Gilbert Gottfried was
on our podcast.
right before
You know
us,
what?
so-
I want people to also listen to that podcast when we were on Adam's pod because we got a lot of positive feedback, and he talks a lot about us on his show as far as our relationship. There's a few routines that we have that we do in the morning, and I think it'll give people a really good feel for us as a couple. But that's also why I wanted to talk about us a little bit because I wanted, I don't know, I just wanted people to see who we are, kind of a little bit.
Oh, maybe next
So we
time
don't
we'll
have
go into an in-depth.
Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that on the next one? We'll talk about the catch contractor. We'll talk about what we're doing, and then we'll get into the story of us a little bit because a lot of people online are asking, how did we meet? What's our story? How did we end up working together on this show? Are we sick of each other because we work together? There's a lot of people keep asking the same questions.
I see that question all the time. They're
Yeah.
like, dude, you guys are a married couple and you work together. Are
Yeah.
you do you hate each other by now?
Yeah, so I want to answer that question. I want to address those things as well.
We're going to
So-
call that one the Candlelight and Massage Oil Pod.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. So we'll talk about that one on the next one.
Unlike the poo pod.
And you know what though? I want you to talk about that what the fuck as well because that's a good story.
All right, there's no escaping it. The next pod we will cover that what
We'll
the
cover
fuck that I have been
Yeah.
postponing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I want to what we still have to hear about is do you have any valuable tips for anybody that the guys are going to enjoy?
I got
You don't have a
nothing.
tip?
No tip. No.
No tip? What do you mean no tip? No tip?
I didn't even think we were doing that today, so
Oh.
you can cut this part.
People will be very disappointed.
You really don't have a tip.
Yeah, give me a second and I'll think of something. My most recent tool acquisition. Something.
Oh, okay.
You know what I like? That little thing that picks up screws from hard to get at places.
Oh, yeah.
I have one up in my. I have one.
Oh, those things
You
are
know what I'm
great.
talking about? It's got the 3 prongs that come out. It's
Yes.
really small.
Yeah.
The 3 prongs that come out and pick up the little screw.
Yeah.
I love that
I
thing.
use that thing constantly whenever working with gear.
Yeah.
And as you see, I have plenty of gear. But if I like drop a screw behind that rack,
Yeah.
and you can't get your hand in there, rather than have to take everything apart, just a little flashlight. You take this little gooseneck thing, get down there, a little plunger, pick up your screw, pull it back, and voila.
Yeah.
So I like the little 3-prong
That's a
pinchy
great
thing
tip.
with the plunger on the end that has a gooseneck to pick up screws in hard to get out places. Joe's tip.
The 3-prong pinchy thing. Oh my god.
Nice.
I burped. Just want I didn't want to let it
That
go.
was an explosive burp.
Yeah, I wanted to share that with our
I
friends.
actually I forgot. I did pull up a product on here that I
know.
recently got, and I can talk about that. So.
Okay. Spill beans. What's the tip?
Oh yes. Okay. So let's get to Skip's tips. All right. So this is a part where I talk about tools and all kinds of handy little bits of advice that I can offer you folks that doing work around the house and stuff. I recently got from you, wifey, as a gift. A stiletto hammer. And for those of you that are not aware of what a stiletto hammer is, it's actually made out of titanium. And it's just an unbelievable product. Basically, what this does, it's a lightweight hammer. They make it in framing hammer. They make finish hammers, all different types. There's many different models of it. But the whole object of this is that it's so much lighter to handle. Super strong, way stronger than steel. It's 97% of your energy that you put into your swing goes into the actual swing. So basically what that's doing, it's transferring all that force into the thing that you're hitting rather than wasting it on your joints and your elbows. So it's a lot less shock to your body. And after a whole day of working with a hammer, I can tell you that it makes a big, big difference. By the end of the day, your elbow, your wrist, your hand, everything is hurting. And for carpenters out there, you guys will know, by the end of the week, especially if you're a framer, a guy that's swinging a hammer a lot, that's probably one of the biggest problems that we have as carpenters, our joints getting, just wiped out, especially in your wrist and your elbow and your shoulder. And usually it's going to go with that, predominantly stronger arm, your left or your right, whichever you're a righty or a lefty. Those are problems that you're going to wind up having as a carpenter. It's one of those injuries that go along with the trade. So, stiletto hammer, I have never used one before until I just got it, and I got to tell you, the thing is amazing. What a big difference in weight, less fatigue. It's definitely for the pro, though. It's not going to be a homeowner hammer because they're pretty pricey. The average framing hammer you're going to spend like $20 to $30 on. This thing is like $200 and up.
Wow.
But I got to tell you, it's a really an amazing product. It's a one-piece hammer. It's molded.
I was just going to ask that. Titanium all the way through.
It's all the way through.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting about it, too, if you go online and you look at pictures of it, it actually has a changeable head on the end of it that's held on with a bolt. And you can put a waffle head on it. You can put a smooth head on it. Wow. And the head is actually bolted onto the frame of the hammer. The rest of it is all made in one continuous mold. And really a great product. Go online and check them out. Stiletto Titanium Tools. You guys will love it.
Yeah. Good tip. That's such a nice hammer, too. There's a video on their website where it shows how they make the hammer, and they're only able to make so many of them because of the process that with the pouring of the titanium. It's really incredible.
It's unbelievable
it's
craftsmanship,
one piece.
and it's a really well made product. Joe, it's like going out and buying like $100 guitar or putting your hands on like a $10,000 masterpiece.
Did you mention, because I have my head someplace else for a second, did you mention the price?
Where was your head? Yes, I just mentioned the price. Yeah, your average hammer is going to be, $20, $30. This thing is like $250.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be your homeowner hammer that you're going to keep in your tool collection that you're going to use a couple times a year to do some work around the house. This is definitely for the pro. So, but if you are someone that has a hammer in your hand often, you're going to want to look into this.
Yeah, and also it makes a great gift as as evidenced by the fact that I gave it to you, and it's
Yeah.
not something a lot of guys would buy for themselves because it is so expensive. It's really high quality. It's a nice thing to give to somebody who's using it.
Absolutely, it was a great gift, and I never saw it coming. I mean,
Never.
you went out and did all the research, and you really did your homework and looked it up. And now that I think back, I just realized right now as we're sitting here, there was one of the flights we were taking back and forth from California, and you were online looking at hammers, and I'm like, what the hell is she looking at hammers for? You know, I kind of glanced over at your phone, and now I just got it.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, too.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it saves your joints.
It's lightweight.
It's got holes through it, like, it's not solid, like one long solid. You can see the holes.
The design of this hammer and the way they balance it and they make it is designed that when you swing, you transfer all of the energy into the thing that you're hitting, and it doesn't get absorbed. The energy doesn't go through your arm, and the impact is not the shock. You're not getting that shock in your elbow and your wrist and your shoulder like you would with any other hammer. And if you go online and you check out the video, it was really impressive to see how they put so much into the design of this thing just for the cause of saving your joints.
And it's got that magnet thing at the end.
Oh yeah,
And they put the side way to pull the nail out.
It's got
thing.
a nail. It's got a nail set on the end of that, so it's actually
not to mention a handy weapon in case of zombie apocalypse.
Absolutely.
Hey, listen, man. There's nothing.
You can crack lots of heads.
Nothing better than a framing hammer.
I love weapons for zombies. Yes. Yep.
No doubt.
The hook on
man.
the one side.
You can do some serious damage.
Oh, I'm so ready to get zombies. Yeah. I have a tip also. This had started because my tip had. I was trying to make an invention because I wasn't finding what I needed out there. I had bought a ring, which was it was a big, thick ring. It had it was a big monster ring, and all around the whole thing was really, really wide, and it was a little bit too big
heavy,
on me.
right?
It was a big, heavy ring.
It was copper, right? It was like
it's that it was too big. It was very heavy and too big on me, just by a little bit. And plus, I might have fit me on the day that I tried it on. When you get bloated, your fingers are a little bit bigger. But my problem was that the ring was too big, and I needed a way to have it fit me better. And I remember way back when I was a kid seeing this thing that wraps around the back of your ring, and it's got two little tabs on the end, and you can push them in to make your ring fit smaller. But this was a wide ring, and I'm thinking, what can I do?
It's like a ring guard, they call it, right, or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So I'm thinking I'm going to invent something to put on the inside of a ring or on my finger so that it can stay on. So I had this whole creation in my head. It's almost like a wide rubber band, that you slide onto your finger, and it's like felty on one side and rubbery on the other, so you could slide it onto your finger, slide the ring over it. I was like, I am so fucking cool.
Oh, I could see that working.
Yeah, totally, right? But then, as I'm researching, it seems that everything that I was inventing was already invented. So
that's usually the case.
Yeah. But what I came across was actually the coolest fucking thing to make your rings fit better. I would have never known it if I hadn't been looking for this. It's called actually Ring Guard Solution. It's a little tube of clear. It's almost like glue-like. It's thick.
Epoxy. Kind of an epoxy thing?
It's kind of like rubber cement almost.
Yeah, it's like rubber cement. You can see through it, but what you do is you carefully put a bead of it, like a line, on the inside of your ring, and it adheres to your ring, and it dries right where you leave it. You can leave a thick trail of it, or you can flatten it out with a little piece of a toothpick to flatten it out and spread it a little bit more. But you leave it to dry for a couple of hours, and when you put the ring back on, this stuff sticks onto the ring. It's like rubbery, but it stays. When you put your ring on, your ring won't twist and turn. Your ring won't fall off because it's rubbery, and it takes up that extra space that was in between, and it works like a fucking gem.
Yeah, it really works well.
It's really amazing. So
what was the name of it again?
It's called the Ring Guard Solution. It's as seen on TV. So if you just Google that, you can find it on eBay. You can find. Yeah, I think I might have. No, did I see it in Walmart? I don't know. But if you can Google, you can find it lots of places online. It was between $8 and $10 for the tube. But I can wear rings that I have that I was leaving in my jewelry box now because I wasn't able to fit them on. So I'm pretty excited about that.
So Ring Guard Solution.
Yeah, it's Ring
Check
Guard.
it out, people.
Yeah, seen on TV. So we're at an hour now, and I'm really I'm looking forward to the next pod where we could talk about all that juicy shit.
Yeah, we got some juicy stuff coming up, and want to thank you guys for tuning in and listening to us today.
Yeah, we are so happy to share everything with everybody.
I felt like I had way too big a mouth. What do you think?
Then shut the fuck up. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, thanks for butting in, Joe. All right, you guys, we'll catch you next time.
Thank you. We love you.
You've been listening to Hammer and Nails with Skip and Allison Bedell. We'll see you next time, right here on Hammer and Nails.
This is Corolla Digital.